Hello guys, welcome back to the S3D Hobby Shop. I'm S3D and yes, we're gonna talk about more adult collectibles. So this content's for adult collectors. If you're under the age of 18, get the heck out of here. This video is already age restricted, so your data is being collected. Okay, anyway, hopefully I don't have to deal with bullshit. I know there's like one of those like sex bots or whatever those things are that like leaves comment on these I don't know, maybe these kind of videos or whatever. I don't know what it is. I just, I block them immediately when I see them comment. But anyway, speaking of sex bots and sex dolls, well, let's just talk about this thing first before we get myself into get myself terminated from YouTube forever. So we're gonna be looking at the Kotobukiya, the modeling support grid MSG MW33 Night Sword, and this time it's the Night Sword. So if you see my previous video, we restored the sword, make it look a lot better. So there we go. We're looking at this. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take this sword out of her hand. But first, since adult age restricted content, I want to talk more about this figure. So right here, this is a stand that I made for my customer Fernando. Right here. Okay, this is highly inappropriate, but I already restricted the video, so whatever. All right, so this thing is made from 1/100 scale, Bandai 1/100 scale, Gunpla 1/100 scale action base. This is the action base one in clear. Now what I did here is I actually did some kit bashing. It's the glue, waiting for the epoxy to dry. So I took this Tamashii Nation, Tamashii Act Humanoid part from the Tamashii Act Humanoid stand, and I merged it with the action base. So yeah, the connector on this piece is actually the hole, the diameter on the hole is a little bit bigger than the peg for this piece. So the only way to actually merge it together, you have to put a little bit of glue on this, the peg. And then, yeah, to just make it safe, I put a bunch of electrical tape there to wait for the glue, the epoxy to fully cure. So there you go. So this is, just a little action base I made. I was like, yeah, I have like a couple of these, which I was giving them away. This is the last one, and I might as well, make some use of it. Okay, and in my previous video, I didn't talk about the restoration of the Gladius sword. So, if you saw the previous video, you see how bad this thing was before the restoration, right? This was worse. There were like bubbles, there were like all kind of stuff on this, and as soon as I see it, I was like, no, this is not gonna do. So I sanded the whole thing down back to this original plastic, and then I repainted it by hand. So there's the Gladius again. So here we have the Night Sword. Okay, so this is actually all done by Fernando with my instructions. I told him to like take some sandpaper and just sand the crap out of it, get it down to its plastic, back to its original plastic form, and just thin the paint real thin. He's using acrylic, metallic acrylic, just 50-50. Grab a hair dryer, thin the paint. Put on one coat, use a hair dryer, let it dry. It will take like maybe 10 seconds, and then put on another coat and put on 5 coats, and he should be good. Now right here, I don't know what he did. This still looks kind of like, I guess this part here was like the test run, and he didn't do a very good job here. Well, I mean, it's a lot better than what he had before, but you can see there's still like some, yeah, that still doesn't look really good. I could probably fix it later on, but anyway, I think he did a good job, trying to mimic what I did. I'm like, yeah, close enough. I mean, at least with the blade section. I was like, I was telling him to, just do it the way I do it with a hair dryer. Thin coats, dry, thin coat, and yeah, it's pretty good. This is like his second time painting stuff, so that's not bad. He told me he used to paint brake calipers, and I guess with like the automotive paint, they just glob it on. No wonder when I look at like, those like red brake calipers that people have on their car, it always looks really messy. It's like there's like bubbles and all kind of stuff. But you don't do that kind of work on like model kits or stuff like that. It's just gonna look terrible. Anyway, yeah, good job on this one. So here's a nice sword, and Fernando is also a collector of high-end collectibles, and he does not want to get into hot toys for some weird reason. And I want to debunk some myth regarding hot toys. A lot of people think like these TBLeague bodies would be great alternative for hot toy figures. I want to like tell you guys that you guys are being misled, or you guys don't have all the information. Now, the modern hot toy figure, if you're buying a figure after 2014, even a female figure, all the female figure has double jointed elbows. None of these TBLeague figures have double jointed elbows. Like, they're very limited. So she only has a single jointed elbow like that, right there. That's all you can get out of it. And not only that, single jointed knees. That's all you're gonna get. The only thing that you can do with the TBLeague figures is like you can do some extreme like diaphragm poses and stuff like that. You can raise the leg really high. You can spread the legs in a very awkward sexual position. Just keep in mind, these figures are originally based on sex dolls. Yeah, like the TPE, all that is basically a downscale version of a sex doll. So basically what you're buying is a 1/6 scale sex doll. That's all it is. That's why it's kind of popular, but it's kind of not, because it's a mess, because like you have to clean these things. Even at 1/6 scale, it's a lid magnet. Like when I went to Fernando's place, like his place, he leave the windows open, and then like the whole figure is like covered in dust after like 3 days. So I had to take a lint roller and just like roll off all the lint on the body. It's freaking ridiculous. So yeah, it's really not that useful. And even if you're gonna put the clothing on a figure, like the clothing like hinders the articulation on the TBLeague body. So if you're gonna put like clothing over a TBLeague body, you might as well not use a TBLeague body. You use like the standard hot toy hard plastic body. That's perfectly good enough, because I mean, what's the point of buying like a figure that has great articulation just for the clothing to hinder the articulation? So yeah, I don't know what people are talking about. And I know what I'm talking about because I do a lot of 6 scale reviews. In fact, I sell a lot of 6 scale figures. So much so that I almost went bankrupt this year selling high-end collectibles. So, if you want to take somebody's advice, I think my advice is worth considering. I'm not saying everything I'm saying is 100% correct. I'm just saying, a lot of people out there probably don't even collect 1/6 scale figures, don't even own hot toys, and they're telling you like these bodies are superior to the hot toy figures. The hot toy base body is very well engineered. They know what they're doing. So yeah, anyway, so with that being said, let's go ahead and turn the focus back onto the sword. Good job, Fernando. I'm sure you will have a great career in the future painting model kits if you want to get into model kits. And that is pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching.